my son's failed attempt at hide and seek. You are not a basketball hoop. It took my son 30 minutes to find all 3. Please tell me there's a way to get gold metallic Sharpie off an iMac. I wish I was asking for a friend. My friend's son wrote their cat a letter from summer camp. Dear Willow, meow, 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 meow. Love, Jackson. They said having a kid is expensive. No one told me the idiot will literally piss on a MacBook. That year my daughter convinced me she was supposed to dress like a pirate for her school Christmas program, and I was dumb enough to believe her. Then she just sat there like, what? Maybe she thought she was supposed to dress up like a pirate. Maybe she was lied to. A woman told her daughters that glow-in-the-dark pajamas needed to be charged in the light, and that they can't move while charging. I told my niece to eat half my grapes. This child was caught begging for money on the street for his sick aunt, using a photo of Lady Gaga. Stupid and morally corrupt kid. First day at school, and the teacher said, draw your best friend's face. That's just doodling. You're not really trying to draw anything, are you? I took the phones away from the kids tonight to make them go to bed, and my 9-year-old son actually thought I would think the phone was in here. So ask a question, and my 6-year-old genius sister will answer. What's the quadratic equation? Math. Tell her I'm sorry for not trusting her. My son, who loves YouTube, seems to think that please subscribe to my channel is a parting phrase. When he leaves kindergarten or his grandma, he says, please subscribe to my channel, which puts off everyone around him. I accidentally flushed the toilet instead of letting my kid do it, which in the toddler community is a crime punishable by death. My 6-year-old replaced toothpaste with caramel syrup in his toothbrush robot, and now he wants to be called Dr. Caramelito. What is the dumbest thing you believed as a child? I thought Michael Jackson has to stop whatever he's doing and sing when I play his CD. As a result, I never played it at night to give him some family time. Girl, 6, needs life-saving surgery after swallowing 23 magnets copying TikTok trend. I once saw a little boy, like 4 or 5, in the chorus of a musical spontaneously remove his clothing on stage during a performance. His mom had to run up and snatch him. King. I hope he's doing well. This is not healthy and safe. This is not following science. Your kid chewing on it like a mule. Put some feed in there, girl. My children are currently trying to murder each other because my 8-year-old son won't stop telling my 5-year-old daughter that her real birth name is Big Jim. My son's school was having issues with messy bathrooms, so every month they reward the boys or girls with ice cream depending on whose bathrooms are cleaner, and according to my son, it's become a prank war where they just mess up each other's bathrooms. When I was younger, instead of saying, I'm hungry, I would say, I need to be neutered, because I thought it meant I needed nutrients. Sorry, kid didn't check the grill when asked to turn it on. Also, kid put the tools inside when asked to hang them up. Told Abby this is where she can put her letters for Santa, so she gathered her toy letters and put them in for Santa. Mother in stitches after child cuts up real money to use Queen's face on dolls. My 2-year-old and 4-year-old have been communicating via walkie-talkie for 20 minutes now. They're in the same room. The walkie-talkies have no batteries. Over. My mum got fired from her job when I was little, and I cried because I thought that meant they were going to light her on fire. So this is why my kids have to hurry up and go back to school. I brought these chocolate chip cookies and my son ate all of them and had the audacity to place some Cookie Crisp cereal inside after he ate them. I respect the effort. So my girlfriend's 7-year-old daughter introduced me as her adult male friend to everyone at her birthday party. I guess I'll let you all know how the interview with the police goes. My child made me buy a pumpkin pie. I cook it for an hour and a half, let it cool for 2 hours, offer it to him for him to look at me dead in the face and say, Trick, yeah. He's crying because he can't find his sandwich in the fridge. He's blowing bubbles out of his nose. He's really crying. When I was like 5, I thought Mount Rushmore just naturally looked like the presidents. The way sometimes a potato chip accidentally looks like Jesus. I hated muffins until I was 17 and saw someone remove the wrapper on the bottom of a muffin before eating one. Prior to this, I thought it was just part of the muffin eating experience and would angrily eat muffin wrappers because I thought I just had to. I've got some great news about Baby Bell cheese. I hope you're sitting down. I tried to be nice and gave this little kid $20 for orange juice and his orange juice stand, and he called me stupid because it was only $1. Screw my life. He's just honest. My child is disappointed to learn that I, a burn surgeon, have never treated someone for a lava-related injury. Almost 2-year-old for sale. Been crying for 10 minutes because he can't get in the oven with the cornbread. Entertaining all offers. The 6-year-old flatly refused to believe that we used to navigate using maps made out of paper. You mean like pirates? I've been searching for my 4-year-old's dog who is lost somewhere in this house. Her imaginary dog. We still haven't found him. She's crying. I am not passing this class. What? This is going viral on 6th grade Twitter. I took a picture of a kid's chest x-ray to show the family. He had pneumonia. I showed the kid and he gasped. Then in an awestruck voice, he said, I have a skeleton? 6-year-old son. Who would win in a fight between a hippo and a lion? Me. I don't know, maybe the hippo because he's big and can stomp? Wrong. The lion. He has a knife. When I was 5, my mum got an elf on the shelf and told me it was watching to see if I was bad. I was so scared, I decided to kill it and I snuck out, stole the elf on the shelf, then ripped its arms up and hid it in the grass under my window, then lied about it when questioned. You'd make a great criminal. 3-year-old wants an RC car for birthday. I said Christmas, demands birthday because Christmas is too far. Her birthday was a month ago. I don't know what just happened, but I was at the animal shelter before work and a toddler walked in and pointed at me and went, I want that one. And his mum looked at me and said, you can't have that. That's a grown man. The girls told me what they want to be when they grow up. Gwen wants to be a scientist who studies space and chemicals, an astrochemist. Esley wants to be a firefighting carrot. I'm on Esley's side. Follow your dreams. My brothers used to think that a man sat under the escalator and operated them. He also thought that man's name was James and that was his real dad, not our dad. So every time we passed the escalators at the mall, my brother would scream at our dad, you're not my real dad. James is my real dad. What the hell? How did he get to this point? Your verification code is 9482. Hello, I would like to order KFC. My 6-year-old. I made a duck. Me. Cool. My 6-year-old. If you look into his eye, you see your own death. Me. Neighbor's kid locked up her scooter. A Pokemon card I made as a kid. Reasons my 2-year-old cried this week. So far, Paw Patrol went on a commercial break. I gave him Munster cheese and not string cheese. I wouldn't let him run into the street. I told him to stop licking his younger brother's feet. My daughters built a slug hospital and found 30 patients who are now escaping, and nothing in the parenting books has prepared me for this. I thought like kids would be scared of slugs if anything. Stuff that only Roblox OGs will remember. I just started Roblox, but I understand all of these. I want them back. How do you understand and want them back if you just joined? We've got dokes over here. My son asked me what year I was born. I said 1974. He asked if I was a slave. Screw these kids. Was at Michael's and this girl was staring longingly at the stuffed animals and says, I wish I was still a kid. And her dad next to her goes, you're 10. My favorites: food, fried shrimp. Color, aquamarine. Animal, elephant. Subject, mirth. Every time I'm listening to my 80s playlist, is this guy dead? Is this guy dead? How dead is this guy? Me, just sobbing quietly into my tea. 1 star. I hate this game. I buy 400 Robux, but Robux not come, and money gone. I need my money or Robux. I hate you Roblox creators. Mum? Said my 6-year-old. Look at your child. So I looked, and there, sitting cross-legged in a miniature lawn chair, was my 2-year-old drinking A1 sauce straight out of the bottle. When I was little, I learned what schizophrenia was from TV. And for a while, I was really afraid because I thought I had it since I always heard my own voice in my head. So I finally told the doctor, and he informed me that what I was experiencing was called thinking. 5-year-old. I wish we all had infinity dollars. Me. That would wreck the economy. I just go to your bedroom until you understand inflation. Was on the bus the other day, and 2 kids about 10 were in front of me. One of them said that his parents won't let him get a dog, so he used to stare at the sun so he could make himself blind so he could get a guide dog. No doubt he was waffling, but you have to admire the imagination. I don't think he was lying. I don't think that's a lie. My 3-year-old asked what my favorite animal is, and when I said penguin, she yelled, no it isn't! And then she yelled at me until I agreed that my favorite animal was a bat, and I don't like bats. Or 3-year-olds. The kids I babysit asked why I wanted to see Toy Story 4, and I said because the first one came out when I was a kid, and they really asked if it was in color. Dubious claims my toddler made this week. He invented the thumbs up. Only some lizards can read. He's right with the lizard part, you know, we got billionaires. He forgot how to eat carrots. His daycare allows swords. We're at Sky Zone, and I saw one kid say to another kid, isn't this funny? Watch. And punches herself in the face. Thrilled to announce that instead of saying, what are you doing? My 2-year-old child goes around asking, in a tiny haunting voice, what have you done? Currently arguing with my daughter because she wants toast, but she doesn't want me to put the bread in the toaster. Just say it isn't a toaster, say it's an untoaster. Parents on Reddit. What was your I raised an idiot moment? I used to tell my kids not to take off their shoes and socks in the car, especially on short trips. Just leave them on so that we don't have to spend 5 minutes finding and putting them them back on before we run into the store. Imagine a single dad with 2 young kids running around the car, trying to reissue my children in the grocery store parking lot in the middle of an Arizona summer. Yuck. One day we went to the store and my daughter was missing her shoe. It was nowhere to be found. Daddy, I didn't want you to be mad that my shoe was off, so I just threw it out the window. Made sense to my 5-year-old, I guess. You know what it means though? She can be honest with you. That says enough. You're a good dad. 1 star. Why, brother? Your Wi-Fi does not work, you little, you make me want to curse, but I can't because I'm 9. You're going to regret this. My 6-year-old's kindergarten teacher was doing a bring me a blank game in Zoom class, and she asked her students to bring any pet animals within reach. And I turned just in time to see my 6-year-old carrying my 2-year-old to show his teacher. In the best things yet my nephews have done, the 7-year-old ordered a burger today and was asked if he wanted it medium. Could you please make it very large? He asked. Told that the choice was between medium or well done. He asked if the chef could do the best he could. Yes, there's sibling rivalry. Then there's my 4-year-old daughter faking a phone call from her 1-year-old brother's nursery to tell us that we don't have to collect him today because he's going to live there and he won't even miss us. And that 4-year-old daughter's feeling a bit left out. Sad. Also funny, but sad. Pretty sad. My 8-year-old in the car today. Do you want me to throw the confetti in my pocket? No, not in the car. Why do you have confetti in your pocket? It's my emergency confetti. I carry it everywhere in case there is good news. So he's playing Terraria. The lady across the street must think I'm the worst mother. Has she ever seen me playing nicely with my kids? No. Has she seen me chase my naked 5-year-old around the yard trying to get my keys from him because he locked his brother in the car? Yeah, all 3 times. PSA. This is why it's important to keep an eye on your kids when they are not in public places. This is a $4,500 saddle. We cannot watch your children while they're in the store, while still helping customers. Please watch your children. Signed, this small business owner trying to do her best. Wow, $4,500. That kid needs to be on a leash. Daughter didn't want sunscreen, so I put her outside and yelled, "Son, get her!" And now she's flipping out. I just asked my 8-year-old to quit yelling, and he said, "I'm not yelling. This is my voice and all my life I've been whispering. Now I'm free." In theory, I love my kids equally, but in practice, the smallest one filled my shoes with fig Newtons, and that's not cool. In 2019, I took my 2-year-old to a restaurant. She asked why people kept going to the doors near us. I explained, "That's the potty." She proceeded to loudly ask every patron who walked by, "Are you pooping?" I could not stop her, and on their way back, she would shout, "Did you poop?" Toddler, "Daddy, I want toast." "Okay, buddy, here's some toast." "I don't like butter on my toast." Flips toast over to the dry side and hands it back. "There you go." "Thanks, Daddy." Toddlers are dumb. Take advantage of it while you can. Me, laying on the couch. Toddler, "Dad, I didn't go pee-pee anywhere. I want you to know that I didn't." Me, getting off the couch. It's very cute letting my toddler snuggle up next to me on the couch and play with his cars while I send emails. Until he throws a truck at the keyboard and I've just sent a blank email to an editor with the subject line, "Submission. I'm a kid, don't swear. Turn on your filter." What? Profanity filter. Turn it on. How? Are you a kid? Go to settings. Hit the more button. Filter clan chat. Thanks. Screw you. What did you say? It works. Developments in my 4.5-year-old's cosmology. She believes that since she and her sister grew in my body, so did everybody else, such that I was there at the beginning of time and I'm technically everyone's mother, but choose to live with her because she's particularly cool. I love watching kids meet dogs. They're always like, "My grandma has one just like this, except she's red and small and doesn't bark and has 3 legs and is a lizard and she's dead now." I'm dying right now because my 5-year-old just told me that he thinks you go to the police station to buy donuts. Why is your kid crying today? Mine didn't get picked in a game she was playing alone. As a kid, I only ever saw pepperoni on pizza with mushrooms, peppers, and onions. Somehow, I assumed pepperoni was a vegetable. I mean, it's called pepperoni. Makes sense. Never questioned that thought. One day in high school, a friend who is a vegetarian forgot her lunch. I offered her a piece of my pepperoni pizza. She said, "No thanks, you know I'm a vegetarian." Very funny. I said, "I know, it's pepperoni. You can eat it." This went back and forth, with her getting progressively angrier because she thought I was playing a dumb prank on her, and mocking her choice to be a vegetarian, until our friend group finally realized that I am in fact an absolute idiot, and genuinely thought pepperoni was a vegetable. They still bring the story up to me 10 years later. My 3-year-old was having yogurt for breakfast. He decided to pretend it was ice cream, then got mad at me because it really wasn't ice cream. There aren't enough protection ads in the world for doing the deed. I believe in mice. Believe mice can do what? No, I believe they're real. They are real. Some people don't don't believe in mice. I have friends that don't think mice are real. Today I found out the flat earther equivalent in kindergarten is mice deniers. My son ate his hamburger, then realized he didn't have ketchup on it. So now he's standing in front of me with the ketchup bottle, demanding I put ketchup on a hamburger he already ate. Me to my 4-year-old son, drink your milk. Why? It will make you big and strong like a cow. Him, thinking. So if I just drink lemonade, will I be the size of a lemon? Yes. My entire personality comes from the fact that at a very young age, a person of authority told me that the more books I read, the more free pizza I'd get. How to lose at hide and seek. Me, eyes closed. 1, 2, 3. Dad, can I hide in your shirt? My daughter woke up at 5 because of crows outside. She stuck her head outside the window and said, Mom, the bird witches are calling me. And to sum up, I have my next book and also need to call a priest. Jokes written by kids. What do you call a tiger with glasses on? A scientist tiger. What do you call a dinosaur with no eyes? Shut up. Podiatrician at 4-year-old checkup. Do you have any questions? I don't think so. And what about you? Any questions? Addie, what about you? Any questions for me? Yeah, have you ever hanged upside down from the ceiling like a bat? Do children still love being timed? When I was a child, you could get me to do truly anything if you just said, I'll time you at the end of it. Run and get me the phone. I'll time you. Grab me a beer and I'll time you. Wash the dishes, I'll time you. Say no more babes, I'm off and running. You're competitive. My kids thought chasing each other around the kitchen wasn't dangerous enough and started pulling drawers open to slow each other down. Anyways, now I know what it sounds like when a 4-year-old's face makes full contact with a silverware drawer. My 14-year-old is acting strangely. If we invite him for a family meal, he will sit there just eating a bowl of ice and playing with his phone. He says he is crypto trading, but I'm pretty sure it's just Fruit Ninja. If we have guests over, he will always ask them, do you like Huey Lewis and the news? Or he'll show them a scratch he made the cat. How does he make a cat give him a scratch? Is he being nasty to the cat? I hope not. I hope he's just like using the claw and scraping it against his... That's still weird though. Just so he can say, do you know how I got these scars? I think he's just recreating a scene he's seen in a movie or something. He's seen too much Patrick Bateman online. This is a children's book. I asked her, why do you want to lose weight? So I'll look prettier, she answered. That's crazy. She wouldn't be prettier. She'd be thinner, that's all. And less cuddly and less soft. My cousin's year 7 class were talking about what they're grateful for. And everyone was talking about their mums. One kid in the class had lost his mum a few months ago. And my cousin saw him crying, so he reassured him by saying, don't worry, everyone's mum is going to die. Damn, that's just like too sad. Damn. Hey mum, if your kid has a special Christmas present for you this year, can you please come in and pay for it? Your sons forgot to. Wait, oh my, this is an adult store making this post. What did they steal? Today, my son drew in red marker all over his face and then got scared that we'd be mad, so he tried to hide it by wrapping toilet paper around his head like a mummy. Then he ran into a wall and nearly knocked himself unconscious. Things that made my toddler cry this week. Bath was too hot. I hadn't started the water. PJ Masked lollipop was not PJ Masked flavored. Mosquito bit me, not her. Wanted her frozen pizza served frozen, not cooked. My feet. No further details provided. How about your kid? The child inductively generalizes across the adult usage of too much and too many, and concludes that they mean the correct and desired amount. I want too much ice cream. I want too many grapes. I just smoked an 8-pound pork butt for 9 hours because my kids said they would eat pulled pork. 5 minutes before it was done, they all said they wanted hot dogs instead. And if that doesn't sum up parenting, I don't know what does.